Hello and welcome to another update on the Tigard real estate market. My name is Steve Thoele, principal broker with Premier Property Group. This update is going to cover the last 8 weeks of market activity ending this past Sunday, July 30th. So going to share the screen with you now and go through the info with you. So this last week, we had 36 properties come on the market. So a pretty healthy week in terms of new listings. You can kind of see that's kind of towards the upper end of the range on a weekly basis here. End of the week with 210 homes active on the market, which you can kind of see has been on the rise here for the past month or so now. Had a low of 174 5 weeks back. So definitely been adding a little bit of inventory, which is good to see. The median list price, days on market for those active listings, you can kind of see we had a high of 739 here 7 weeks back. Got down to a low of 700 for a couple of weeks here about a month ago. And most recent reading is 722,000 for the most recent 210 active listings right now. And then the days on market, you can kind of see we started off at about a low of 32 days. That got up to kind of a high of 45 days about 3 weeks back. And the last couple of weeks, it has back down to about 38 days of average market time right now for the, again, most recent 210 homes on the market right now in Tigard. And so moving along to pendings, pending sales. So this last week in Tigard, I show we had 18 properties go into pending status. And, again, that's kind of towards the lower end of the range on a week-by-week basis. And end of the week with 125 homes in pending status. So you can kind of see we have been kind of losing a little bit of ground in terms of the number of pendings on a week-by-week basis. And then the price and the days on market for those pendings, you can kind of see for the first month of the period here, we were right at 650,000. It was very steady in terms of the median price. Has been on the decline from there, as you can kind of see. Most recent reading is we dipped under 600,000. So we were at 595,000 right now is the median price of these most recent 125 homes in pending status. And then the days on market has been on the rise. Had a low of 9 days here 8 weeks back, and we're up around 25, 26 days right now. So a little over 3 weeks of average market time for the homes that are currently in pending status. So things are taking a bit longer, obviously, to get into contract than they were here a couple months back. And then lastly, we'll look at sold listing activity. So as of the time I put the info together here, I showed we had 28 homes crossover from pending to sold this last week in Tigard. Again, kind of towards the upper range of the the band here over the past 8 weeks. When I look back over the prior 4 weeks of activity on a week-by-week basis, I showed this last week we kind of came in at 88 homes have closed over the prior 4 weeks, and that's down a bit from kind of the high of 104, here 5 weeks ago or so, but still pretty steady. The sold price and days on market for the sold listings, that was it's been on the rise. You can see we had a low of 609 7 weeks back, got up to just under 650 here 3 weeks ago. Has kind of come down a little bit over the past couple of weeks. Most recent reading is 636,000. Again, for these most recent 88 closings. And then days on market, been pretty tight range, had a low of 6. And we've kind of got up to a high of 11 here this last week. So, a little over a week and a half of average market time right now, for the most recent 88 sales. And then to finish this out, we'll look at the weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. So that red bars is weeks of inventory, kind of measures relative supply and demand in the market. Started off with a little bit over 8 weeks of inventory 8 weeks back. And that dipped down to a low of between 6 and 7 weeks here about 5 weeks back, and it has been kind of creeping up here a little bit. We kind of reached a high over the past 8 weeks at about 9.5 weeks of inventory right now in Tigard. And pricing kind of seems to remain pretty darn strong. We had a high of just under full asking price here a few weeks back, and most recent reading is about 98%. So about on average about a 2% discount right now of off of the original list price is kind of where the market is right now. So all in all, kind of remains a very strong competitive sellers market environment in Tigard with a little over 2 months of inventory right now, and pricing holding pretty firm to relative to sellers asking prices. So still plenty of demand out there, given the amount of kind of limited supply that we have, even in the face of higher interest rates. We did kind of had a raise in interest rates again over the past couple of weeks. We're back over 7% again for a conventional 30-year fixed rate loan right now. So it is more expensive, but we're obviously we're finding folks are kind of getting a little more used to that, I think, and are willing to still pull the trigger on things if it makes sense for them. So hope that update has been helpful for you. And as always, if I can ever answer any questions or be of any help, please don't hesitate to reach out. My phone number and email address are down below the video in the description. So let me know what I can do to help. And, love the opportunity to see if I could, help be your guide in buying or selling a home. And as always, if you got any likes, comments, shares of this video, we'll always appreciate that. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit that subscribe button before you leave. It's a really great way for you to stay up to date on what's happening in your local Tigard market. So really appreciate you tuning in, and hope you have a great day and week ahead. And we'll see you on the next update.